Hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and in today's video it's a pleasure to be joined by Luke Bibby. Luke, first of all, how are you, man?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and like I said, it's a pleasure to have you on today. For any interviews that come on, I kind of like to, start with the same question, but then go through their careers so far, and so far you're an unbeaten pro, but of course I want to say, why did you start boxing?
Um, there was no real. Everyone seems to have like a reason why they got to the gym and some crazy backstory, but I just wanted to try something new. Really, I was playing football and it wasn't really going anywhere, and I thought I'll give boxing a try, and just got a bug for it from then, and just never looked back.
And how old were you when you first went into a gym?
Went into the gym when I was 14, had my first fight when I was 15, so relatively late, guess you could say.
Of course, no, starting young. Do you remember what happened in that first fight?
Yeah, I won by stoppage.
hmm
So I got even more of a buzz for it, man. After that, yeah, just continued it from there.
No, of course. And, amateur experience, you had a lot of it and you were good in the amateurs. And
Yeah.
what would you say was your kind of favorite highlights from that period?
From my amateur days, probably probably winning the British senior title for the second year in a row. That's probably the top highlight. That's how I finished my amateur career. But I've had some good times in the amateurs. Beat a top Olympian from Netherlands. Um, yeah, boxed all over for Scotland, and had some great times, great training camps, and yeah, I had a great time in the amateurs. And then I think I've turned pro at a perfect time, a good age, and kind of thriving at the moment.
hmm Most definitely. And, I suppose representing your country, was that something in general you're just really proud to be doing?
Yeah, that's a huge moment for me. That's probably one of my highlights. Representing your country is a huge honor as well. Something you can always tell folk when you get older. You know what I mean? It's a huge, it's a great thing to have done.
Mhm. Of course, and like you say, you turned pro at a good time. I mean, you're still young, 24, am I right in saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Of course, and so like I say, still young and progressing very well, being very active so far. And I suppose, how are you enjoying being this prospect?
yeah. I'm loving it. I've always been known for my work ethic and my ability to control the controllables. I guess you could say so. I've just been thriving with under Billy as my coach, and yeah, we've just been getting all the experience I can in the gym and learning in the gym, sparring like some of the best fighters in the world, really. And also I've been active. I've had my first fight in January, and I'm on fight six already. It's only August, so well, number six coming up. So although I've had a lot of fights, I've only been pro 8 months, so I'm just no rush. I'm just taking my time and finding my feet. But I feel like my style really does suit the pro game, and I'm adapting very well.
hmm And majority of pros, when they turn over, they have this kind of plan in their head, how many fights they want to have in a certain amount of time. And so far, you on that kind of track?
Yeah, I'm right on track. I'm probably ahead of schedule, to be honest. 5-0 by August is pretty phenomenal for a first year pro. It's exactly what you want. So I'm hopefully going to have seven this year, um, and hopefully a title by the end of the year as well. That's the plan. But it's all about timing, isn't it? You know yourself.
No, most definitely. And, I mean, of course, congratulations for the win just about a week ago now. And so,
Yeah,
in general, do you kind of take too much time off when you're trying to be as active as you are, or is it kind of maybe a couple of days off?
literally a couple of days. I've not had a break all year.
Mhm.
Funny story. Even when I tried to get a week holiday for my, and I was free, and I booked a holiday on the Sunday night with my pals, and I went on the Tuesday, and as soon as I landed, I got a phone call saying, "Do you want to fight next Thursday? There's been a pull out." So I just had to cancel the holiday. I was only there 3 nights, so I just stayed it out. But I was just training the whole time, and then I got back and fought on the Thursday after. So, no breaks this year at all. I've just been pedal to the metal the whole year, just getting after it.
Mhm. I mean, I respect that intensity a lot. And I suppose in general, is it ever difficult to make sure you're not burning out, or are you just, enjoying it so much that that won't really be an option?
Yeah, it's important to make sure you don't burn out. As I've had that problem before in the past. You just got to manage your rest. and know when to push harder and know when to take your foot off the gas as well. You know what I mean? I know my body. I've been doing it long enough, so I've managed that pretty well this year. But it's been pretty full on.
Mhm. No, I can only ever imagine. And I suppose in general, what would you say currently is that main motivation for the sport for you?
Main motivation is just the fact that like I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, and I want to be at the top one day. So I'm just striving towards that. Every fight is another step closer. So I just don't take any opponent lightly, and I just train for every fight like I would a world title fight. That's my mindset. So yeah, that's my motivation right now is to get to the top.
Hmm. That's
Take every fight one step at a time. Yeah.
Of course. And you mentioned Billy Nelson, of course, your coach, and somebody who, like you said, has a lot of excellent names around with him. And I suppose in general, how much has he helped you so far in that development of your career?
Yeah, tremendously. From the moment we first met and as we started working together, he just brought me on so much, and he just keeps me right. I'm in the gym every day with him, and he just keeps me right and makes me make sure that I'm working on what I need to be working on, and it's paying off dramatically. Like I'm improving so much, and I'm just learning so much. He's getting me top sparring, and I'm just taking it all in my stride, really. And yeah, I can't thank him enough for the help he's given me.
Mhm. And having somebody like that backing you and having the support of him, does it ever come with a little bit more kind of pressure onto your name or expectation, perhaps?
I guess so, but if you're not used to pressure, you're never going to get anywhere in the sport. So I just take it in my stride. It's gonna come at some point. So the earlier the better. You know what I mean? Um, I can deal with pressure pretty well. You can take pressure one of two ways. You can crumble, or you can use it as motivation to push on and strive and achieve more. So that's the way I look at it.
Mhm. That's brilliant. And I suppose as a young fighter yourself, have you ever had to, you mentioned going out on holidays and things like that, but have you ever really had to kind of struggle with outside world distractions, maybe saying a low no to a lot of things or things like that?
Yeah, I pretty much say no to everything. All my pals understand that now. Everyone understands that. I'm just got so like just basically tunnel vision of where I want to be, and if it's not helping my goals, I'm not really interested to be honest. Obviously, you get your time off and that every so often, but I want to be in the gym and I want to be fighting. That's why I do it. So yeah, I don't really have any problems um getting distracted or that. I'm just focused on getting to the next level.
No, most definitely. And I suppose obviously you don't want to overlook anything, and every fighter kind of says this, but for your development, of course you're a prospect, but you're a highly rated prospect. And how far do you believe personally you can go?
I'm genuinely hand on heart believe I'm going to go all the way. Um, don't see why not. I feel like the way I'm sparring and the way I'm developing right now, if I keep going at this rate, the sky's the limit. Yeah, I believe I'm going to go all the way.
And having other top pros around you, like Bicoli as well, who's another name that kind of trains around you, are you always kind of soaking in this advice and always analysing how they do things as well?
Yeah, exactly. I'm always asking questions and looking at how they train. Yeah, you got to soak it, and that's what you need to be in an environment of folk on the same trajectory because like you bring each other on in the gym. It's a competitive nature as well. You know what I mean? But it's in competitive environment, but in good nature. So yeah, definitely that helps a lot.
And I've seen you speak about Piccoli in another interview, but somebody, of course, like I say, you train around somebody who's got a lot of kind of hype around him at the moment. Do you
Hmm.
believe that, this hype is now being deserved and it's about time he's getting this kind of recognition?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been in the from when I joined the gym. Like I've seen him sparring that I knew that the hype was real. You know what I mean? And now it's just finally for everyone else to see. But he's a special fighter. Like, and I can't wait to see him face all the top names now. Now that he's had that big breakthrough win, it's only going to get bigger from here onwards. So as long as he stays focused, which I know he will, yeah, it's going to. I believe he'll be world heavyweight champion, 100%.
That's amazing. And have you had a chance to go and see personally any of the season events yet?
Yeah, I went to LA for the Crawford Madronov card because that's what Piccoli was on when he fought Anderson. So I was there for that whole week and training and sparring out there.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, got to see that got to see that whole card, man. It was amazing.
Do you
And
feel
plus an Eminem performance as well, which is
you can't beat
pretty
that?
cool.
Mate, I'm jealous of that. And I suppose, have you, comparing that to maybe what you're used to at the moment, does that kind of make you respect small hall and how important that is to be able to lead fighters to be able to get to that kind of level?
Yeah, that hit the nail on the head there. I feel like that's where the stars of tomorrow are made in these small hall shows, so they're so important. Like, you know what I mean? Not everyone's got an Olympic background. They can just jump into arena shows from the get go. You need these small hall shows, and you need the support of your community as well. You know what I mean? It's a very hard business, but if you got visions of going places, you're willing to go through the tough times to get there. You know what I mean? So uh, I'm glad I've got a good backing from the people of Perth. So I'm very grateful for that. But yes, like you said, small hall shows very, very, very important for the development of fighters.
Something which I've asked a few fighters who have fought on small hall is their opinions on, as there's talks about Olympic boxing being taken out of the Olympics. Do you feel like small hall boxing will have even more eyes upon them if that does happen?
Well, yeah, I guess it definitely will because you'll have a lot more fighters turning pro because there's no pathway to the Olympics anymore, which I think is devastating to be honest, and I hope it doesn't happen. There's still time for that to change, but yeah, if that is the case, then you're going to probably see a lot more people go pro just because there's no Olympics. You know what I mean? But I'm really hopeful that's not the case.
Of course, and like you mentioned, you've got a great fan base that always comes and supports you. And I suppose where would be that other dream venue for you to fight?
For me, I'd love to fight in my local football team stadium, McDiarmid Park, St Johnstone Stadium. That'd be amazing. Just because it's in Perth, and one day when pushing towards major titles, I don't see why not. I've been putting feelers out already, so why not? But in the short term, I'd like to get a show in Perth, like somewhere. All the shows in Scotland are usually up in Glasgow or whatever, but I'd love to have one for my people of Perth to come watch and local. You know what I mean? That'd be crazy. But one step at a time. We'll see. We'll see.
What do you make of the development of Scottish boxing? Because there has been some great champions, but at the moment, what do you think of the kind of state it's in?
Yeah, I think it's in a very good state. And I think for the future, it's in a very good state. We've got some like really good fighters coming through at the moment, and obviously there's like been legends of the past as well. So I think we're in a very good state going forward.
Yeah, of course. And I'm going to leave with this final question. I really appreciate your time, Luke. And yeah, this
No
final
problem.
question is just what I kind of always ask anybody. You've got a little bit of a platform here. Is there anything you want to shout out or promote?
Um, yeah, I'd give a big shout out to all my sponsors and everyone that comes to support my fights. I couldn't do it without them really. So big love to them, and yeah, see you at the next fight. 5 weeks.
5 weeks, not long now, and
Mhm.
I appreciate your time. Like I say, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and it's great to see the progression of your career, and hopefully it keeps going the way it's going. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did need like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.